Hi, I'm Snez, personal trainer, healthy lifestyle coach, and your guide to feeling your best. This podcast is a segment from my weekly radio show, Wellbeing Wednesdays, broadcast live on 88.6 Plenty Valley FM. It's all about sharing real, practical tips to help you move more, eat better, and live healthier without the overwhelm. Let's dive in, shall we? Coming up next, going to be concluding the last segment on this very special show, completely dedicated to strength training, the many benefits, reasons to get started and why to get started. And this topic is about what strong people know that you might not. So going to talk about with the strength training, it's not just about who's lifting the heaviest weights or who has the fittest looking body. It's something much deeper. And I've been doing strength training from the age of 14. It's been something that's been with me from that young age. When I first started, it was a way for me to be active and to take up some lunchtime, activity time. It was a way that I could feel strong in my body, absolutely connected with it back then. But then throughout my life, I feel that I've used my strength in my body and through my training in a variety of different ways. And it's got nothing to do with my personal best or the heaviest lift or how many calories I can burn in a session. It's a whole variety of other benefits that I'd love to unpack with you. And the thing is the first one I find is that strength builds discipline. And what I found is that over the years, that discipline has served me in so many ways, whether it's been through having the discipline to have the patience with growing family, the discipline and the perseverance to keep going, even when things have been uncomfortable in business or in work or in relationships or in just life in general. And one of the most powerful things that strength has done for me isn't just on the physical side at all. It's that moment when you show up on a day where I didn't really feel like it, or when you finish a set that felt hard, but you stuck with it anyway, or something that you had to do that you didn't particularly want to do, but as a result of building that resilience muscle and that self-discipline muscle in the gym, it allows you to stick with things in your day-to-day. That's discipline and also the feeling of self-trust, knowing that you can trust that you're going to follow through with the things that you say. Because when you commit to doing a workout, as basic as this sounds, the transference is actually quite strong. Is that when you commit to, say, for example, doing a workout and you're there, you've shown up and you're going to do, 4 sets of 10 of this particular exercise, and you know that it's going to get pretty hairy by the third and the fourth set, but you're still going to push through it. It carries over. It carries over into all aspects of your life. It carries over in the way that you eat, in how you work, in how you parent, and how you show up in your relationships with friends, family, loved ones. It's quite significant. It can teach you that you can do hard things, and it can also teach you that you are absolutely worth the effort of doing those hard things. Because once you do that 4 sets of 10 repetitions of something that gets quite challenging in the end, it feels so good. And you know that even when life throws you some challenges, if you can stick through it and just work through it like you're working through those sets, you can land on the other side of that difficult situation feeling quite proud of yourself and quite accomplished that you were able to stick with it, and you were able to navigate through with all your resources that you have, the decisions that you made, knowing that you can make it through. It definitely does build resilience. The other thing that strength does is that it creates body awareness and it helps prevent injuries. So when you are stronger, you move better, you bend with ease, you know how to squat, how to lift things up, how to balance, how to recover. If you're bent over and you've sort of lost your balance a little bit, you know how to get yourself back upright. And a lot of those skills and techniques, even though we're not consciously thinking of them while we are in the gym, we are definitely experiencing the benefits of them during our day-to-day lives. And this way you can avoid injuries, and not because you just don't get injured and you're coordinated, good, but that is definitely an aspect of it, but because you can actually avoid injuries because you're more connected to your body, your spatial awareness and your balance. And that's me talking, who's nursing a broken foot at the moment because I did have a fall. That was on loose gravel though, so I think that's something completely different. And to be honest, the way that I fell and the degree of twist that occurred in my foot, I think I've actually fared pretty well considering that it's only a couple of minor fractures in my foot. But our bodies, when we work out and when we strengthen and condition ourselves, we're training our muscles, we're training our joints, our nervous system, all to support us in our day-to-day lives. And you don't need to be an athlete to feel these benefits. You just need to move with purpose a few times a week. That's it. The other thing is that strength training can also impact us in another way. And when you feel physically strong, you'll find that you're more likely to eat better. You definitely sleep better. I get that all the time with people starting. They're like, I'm just sleeping so much better. You manage stress with more ease because you have a greater capacity for stress because you've been able to do hard things in the gym. You say no to things that drain you and you say yes to things that start to light you up. And you stop punishing your body and instead you start working with your body because you can understand we're always adapting and changing when we are doing our exercises. If something's uncomfortable, we might shift our hips to one side, we might re-grip, take on a new grip, but we're always modifying and adapting. We're listening to our body and we're working with our body. And that shift, that's absolutely where the magic is. And there are so many different aspects beyond just strength for strength's sake in our body, but in our physical, emotional, and mental capacity as well within our own resilience. So it really is time to just make a change. You've been listening to the variety of different benefits of strength training, and I think this last segment is really the probably most important. So I'm going to get you to set a timer. This is a 1 minute or a 1 minute challenge, we'll call it. I was going to say 90 seconds, but we'll do on a 1 minute challenge. And you're going to stand, if you are able to do this, up against the wall, and you're going to do a wall sit where you're basically leaning against the wall as though you are sitting on a chair. Start with your back against the wall, slide down until your knees are about 90 degrees, like you're sitting in an invisible chair, and hold it just for 1 minute. You can feel your legs switching on. Now that's the strength. You will find that the legs will feel a little bit achy, and in that moment you will probably start to hear the self-talk, this is silly, why are you even doing this? As if this is going to do anything. This is hurting. Can you stop? This is uncomfortable. I don't like being uncomfortable. Let me just go and sit back down again. So much different self-talk until you get to that end of that 60 seconds. But what I'm going to get you to do is try it again tomorrow and the next day and the next day, and then over the next week or so, see how long you can hold it. See if you can hold it for longer, or if it becomes easier over that minute, but maybe try and increase that length of time and see how much more you can add. You probably will find the first time you do it, you can't even do it for a minute. But I want you to see how you start to make a shift from, firstly, all of that negative self-talk that I described about wanting to stop, give it up, this is silly, why am I doing this? And you'll watch how it moves to, this feels good. This is making me stronger because I can feel it in my day-to-day, going to the toilet, getting up out of bed, getting up out of our chair, squatting down to pick things up off the floor. It's all starting to feel different. And then you will see how you actually look forward to the movement because you know that it's developing you. And that little bit of endorphin response at the end of doing a bit of exercise feels good. And then you start to seek it out. So give that one a go and just understand that what strong people do know is they know that strength gives back. It helps you bounce back. It helps you stand taller. It helps you feel more capable and live with more energy. And the best part is you don't even have to be strong to start with. You just have to start and take some first steps. And the strength in your body, in your mind, and in your life will absolutely follow. So give it a go. Start today. You've heard so much information about strength training over today's show. Thanks for joining me on this segment from Wellbeing Wednesdays, as heard live on 88.6 Plenty Valley FM. If you enjoyed this episode, share it with someone who might find it helpful and subscribe so you never miss a show. Want to catch the live broadcast? Well, you can tune in Wednesdays from 12 till 2 p.m. on 88.6 Plenty Valley FM, or find my info on Wellbeing Wednesdays with Snez, the Facebook group. Take care, stay healthy, and remember, it's the little choices every day that create big changes. Talk soon.